I can read you out the different comms if you want.
Sure, that'll work. Main comp.
Main comms all the way. You're starting with the
I'm going to take up 2 lines here. I know that's like living dangerously, but
do it. It teaches us a lesson.
Deluxe extra wide lanes.
Live on the edge.
Yeah, it looks like the primary's at about 4.5.
But don't you start with main?
Yeah, it's the primary there.
This guy?
Yeah, main comp is primary comp.
Okay. Sorry, I lost the plot there. What was it?
I think 5.5.
4.5, I thought you said.
Did I say 4.5? I did. Rennie, you are on top of
4.5,
it.
5.5. I'll settle for 5.
4.5.
Okay, craft is good. Check.
The craft is at, the level's at about 3.5, I'd say. That yellow line there.
Roger.
Indeed.
Next is something else I can't read.
Oh, the motor comp.
Motor.
I'm going to have to get you a magnifying glass.
That's 5.6.
I gotta get some new glasses. 5.6. There's no 0.6 on that gauge.
I mean, it's the ticks on there. You know what I'm saying? It's like five and 3 ticks.
It's like plus or minus a division. 5.6. Wow, that's the first for me. Okay.
Some sick figs there. Huh? High voltage is about 6.4.
6.4. Copy.
And then 5 for the res.
5 for the res.
And then
Dangerously
everything.
low.
Dangerously low. Well, we launched with it at 10. I think the concern was the temperature.
Yes.
Um,
There's a clock in here somewhere. 1040. Or 1039.15.
oh, we go out based off of the local time.
Local time.
That's wrong, I think Trevor said. It is 12:39.
1239.
Local.
I already jacked up my first log entry.
Special over here.
Special K.
We don't judge.
All right, let's see.
So should I write down something for August?
Yeah, so for this one, it's time. Want me to write it bigger on the top of them? Then,
Sure.
Then it'll be easier to decipher.
After I do it 20 times, I'll probably won't need to read it anymore.
Okay.
You know what I realized? We put a stabilizer on the 60 hertz camera and we're like, oh, it'll make it easier for them to see. We only read it when we stop the boat, so there's no need for it. Sorry, it gave us a project to do on the mapping leg. I just realized that. It's like, all right, the boat stopped. Jellyfish.
One more thing. You never want to say the exact number.
Is that blue light on?
What's that?
Is that blue light on?
No, we took off the comms to it right now.
Oh, so you guys don't run with it on?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Because it...
No, sorry, the comms are on, but yeah, we haven't switched on yet.
But typically you don't leave it on the descent?
Well, we turn on the power.
All right, how about let's introduce ourselves to the internet. How's that sound?
Sounds
fantastic.
All right.
Sure.
I'll start. I've already said my name online one time, so we'll go ahead and do it again. I'm Justin Richards. I'm the Science Communication Fellow, and I'm going to send it down the line.
Hi, Justin. Good morning.
Good morning.
Come on. Hello, my name is Emily Ballard. Are we saying like fun facts as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay. Hello. I'm Emily Ballard. This is my 7th year on Nautilus. I'm a video engineer, and I just recently graduated college.
Good job, Emily.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Dan. I can't read.
It's all right. I'm a dyslexic. I'm right there with you.
I'm sitting in the Argus chair. My job is to monitor the winch and Jess.
someone's mic feeding back? Or
Yeah.
is that the lounge?
Someone have,
Are you listening in the lounge?
where's that mic? Oh,
There
we go.
there it was.
My name's, oh, there you go. That's a good confirmation. My name's Jess Sandoval, and I'm sitting Herc, courtesy of Dan.
Does that speaker, the Phantom speaker come back on?
Phantom speaker is back on.
Hey, lounge, video.
Is it in here?
Yeah, go for video.
We can hear you over SPL.
Are we sure it's lounge? Oh. There we go.
Fix the problem.
That was it.
All right, so
Thanks, lounge.
can you read this one better?
No.
No? No, my
Um,
chicken scratch.
I'm Renato Kane. I am in the navigator position on this watch.
Yeah, I can read this. That's all I
Been here, this is my 7th season.
do. Ooh, how's our humidity?
We're
I didn't write
twins,
that down.
Rennie.
Yeah, 2013 start.
So it's only one humidity we're recording.
Yeah, for the port humidity. Oh, sorry, for Herc.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Herc is here,
So you want to call
Who's
it
in the back row?
so it's 34 about.
All right. Well, good morning.
34. What's
Can
the
you hear me?
temp?
Can't hear you so well.
Uh,
Is your mic up close?
temp 24.
How about now?
HPU temp.
No.
volt,
What seat are you
there.
at, side 2?
Side 2, yeah.
What's the humidity on
I can't
Argus?
hear you that one. Let me see what's
Humidity
going on.
Argus on the port is 25. The temp on the port
Oh,
is 30.
no. It's pretty quiet.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you better.
Starboard is
Test, test.
Test, test. Yeah, that's better.
Starboard temp
Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
Starboard humidity 35.
So thanks, front row, for your introductions. We'll do science row introductions now. I'll start as watch lead. My name is Steve Oskovich. I'm the science lead, or science co-lead, biology science lead for this expedition.
good morning, Steve.
I'm from Temple University in Philadelphia, and we're out here to see what we find.
He's
give
also a part robot, if you can hear from his voice right now. Does everyone hear that, or is that just me? I'm hearing a bit of a...
Bad connection?
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
Test now. Still robotic? Maybe I can just change out the headset.
It's on. It's probably just delayed on your computer.
Roger.
Is there a screensaver on that guy? Interesting.
How's your HPU temp?
HPU on Herc is 45. Say 40.
What's up, Sina?
Average of many.
I don't know what ACGF is. DC. Oh, AC and DC ground faults. Good.
AC 40 and DC 6.6. And we're gonna get this monitor back.
And your voltage is happy.
Yeah, voltage 108. That's happy.
108.
Yeah, 108. Sorry.
Okay, do that again on the bottom somewhere.
Yeah.
That was painful.
It'll get less painful. Would you mind selecting Mon right there and then pressing engineer?
So,
Mon right.
on right?
Yeah, and then E and G on the top row.
Steve, you want to try talking again?
How's this audio?
Oh my gosh, that's good.
All better.
It's a little too
Can hear
good,
you now.
Steve.
It's alright.
Bad headset.
I can turn him down.
Okay.
There's a lock around 200 meters or so. You can start
Aye.
to see the seafloor.
That should be good,
so,
Steve.
oh yeah,
Max
Belagothuria.
lock on it.
Hey,
there
there
it
we
is.
go.
Was that the one you were talking about? The
Yeah, it was.
Hey.
Allegedly
Yeah, so the
23
depth
and
is
change
now 600 meters.
600 meters.
here. Allegedly 23 and change here, unless we moved.
What's that? What do you need?
Seafloor depth is 23-ish here.
Should be 26.
26.
Yeah.
Is it okay to continue with the science introductions? We've got 2 more folks back here.
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
All right.
please.
Hi, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay. Hey, I'm Jen Humphreys. I'm one of the guest scientists on this Cruz. I am a second-year graduate student at University of California, Riverside, and I'm here because of rocks. Lots and lots of volcanic rocks. I like my rocks. So yeah, that's me.
So you're a biologist or?
Geologist. Geologist, if the love of rocks didn't give that away. Definitely on the geology side of things. Though I think the biology is really cool too. I've already seen a lot of really cool things on this dive down.
I'm going to step the ship forward a bit so we land on our launch target. We chose this because it was a bit flat. We're going to be land on a slope. The area that we're landing in is hopefully less slopey than the area around it. But we're going to be ready for the challenge.
Ready for a
when
challenge.
when it isn't. There wasn't really anywhere to go that was flat anywhere nearby. So.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's like a 5-meter elevation change?
These are 20-meter divisions. So it's so we're going here from here to here to there. This is like generally pretty upslope.
Okay.
And then once we get to the top here, we're just kind of riding along that steep, flat and steep interface.
Okay, that sounds good. There's
a ridge, if you will.
A ridge, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, I think I must.
The flat, steep interface. Okay.
You know, is it possible to get the heat map on that, or is that just
The what map?
like a heat map coloration on it, or?
I thought you would ask that. So
I'm too demanding.
Have you been waiting, Rennie?
Included that just in case we wanted it.
Okay.
I don't think it'll help us that much because of how much elevation we're covering.
Okay.
Just the gradient that we chose. Let me load it in. This is a blue to white bathy, but I will put in the rainbow. See?
I see.
We're going to be in this green for a bit and then get to warmer colors.
Roger.
And presumably temperature.
And presumably temperature, all right.
Should we get high enough? Okay, I'm going to take a few steps forward. Bridge nav. Ship move 30 meters, bearing 155. Thank you.
Looks like we lost the down cam on Argus too.
Let's try to
We're losing.
write something else in the log now.
Losing,
Yeah.
yeah, 700 meters.
Losing cameras left and right. Was that everyone in the back row? Did we get? What about?
Hi there, just me. Good morning. My name is Alicia Dezani. I am the data logger at this time, and I'm going into my 4th year at the University of California, Santa Barbara as an undergraduate.
Go Gauchos.
Cool.
Go Gauchos.
What's your major there?
I will be getting a degree in biology,
Cool.
biological sciences.
Hoot hoot.
Cool.
Go Gauchos.
That's right. All the cool kids have biology degrees.
No
Bridge
way.
nav.
Some of us want
can
the
add one more step.
telecommunication one.
All right, if you're just logging on to follow us, we are sinking to the bottom of the ocean.
I don't think those are the right words.
We are descending
We are
to the
falling
bottom.
softly.
We're deliberately driving to the
Deliberately.
bottom of
We
the
are
ocean.
driving to the bottom of the ocean. We got about an hour and a half, and we will be on the bottom exploring. Keep an eye out, see what you can see that's swimming by our camera. And remember, you can submit your questions to us, and we'd be glad to answer them for you.
Do you have your little widget, your utility, time to bottom?
Utility, time to
Bottom depth not set. You have to enter
Yeah.
bottom depth.
what is our bottom depth here? Is
2624.
Stuff in this water. This is awesome.
Depend on where we land, but
68 minutes.
okay.
30 seconds. Running. 33.
Says 30 seconds. Getcha.
Did you want?
I'm
Did
at
you want the
28. I
VOS?
can give you
coordinates?
2 more meters a minute.
I got that earlier with Trevor, and it was surprisingly high. 1543 meters per second. I don't know if I've ever seen a sound speed at the surface of the ocean at 1543 before.
Yeah.
It's a new record.
New record.
But then I compared it against the ships. Here, I'll show you.
Go down a little bit faster.
So Jess,
2 meters.
just checking, you wanted to know about Argus down camera, right?
Yeah. Is there any signal coming to that one?
No, I'm not getting anything.
Okay. That's
No
good to know.
camera or anything.
And anything? Are you getting anything to the dash cam either? Probably not so much.
It's 32 meters a minute on the winch.
Okay. We'll try to cap it around 30, but.
So I'm breaking the speed limit. I'm gonna get a winch ticket here.
Would there be another name for the dash cam?
It might be front, I think.
Okay,
On your guys'
yeah.
systems.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
front.
You got 5,000 pounds.
Yeah,
on it.
no.
You could.
Jam down.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything either.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, so they're both gone. All right. No ground faults though.
Lots of weight on the wire. Comsies, full stick.
Oh.
I'd have it against the stop personally, but I don't want to break any rules on my first shift.
That's fair. You guys want to write down the ground fault for this guy, just so that we know it's
Did
not
you get a ground fault?
No, no, which is why, just so we know it's not
No
a ground
ground
fault
fault.
issue. Actually, you can secure craft power now.
So we
Yeah,
are
right, the actual
descending
just
to the
no
bottom
ground
here. Today's dive is planned for around 30 hours, so
Hey. What happened on my, there it is.
They've got a point.
Okay.
What screen is that? That one.
This one is ROV nav. There you go.
Thank you.
With much difficulty, we can. Yeah, I mean we can. It's just not very easy to do that. So I can always, if you want, I could always switch these screens if you prefer that once we get going. But for the most part, they're, at least in this exploration mode, they're not like that hard of targets. It's mainly just once we get the bearing, we're heading upslope. Yeah. Yeah, we can. It's possible. Let me see if I.
What's our ETA to bottom?
About 60 minutes.
Cool.
56 minutes, 55 seconds.
Thank you for the specifics.
we've got a question coming in from the internet for the ROV pilots, if you guys would like to answer. Have some time?
Sure. We got 50 minutes.
want to know, since they're fairly large, wants to know if that's due to the cost or just the difficulty in making the ROV smaller while maintaining the capabilities, and wants to know if there's a size that they're deliberately made just for like ocean worthiness, or if it's because of packing everything into that we need as far as technology and cameras and whatnot.
You want to take this one?
Sure. So if I understood the question right, it was, why is the size of the ROV what it is?
Yes, sir.
There's several different kind of standard sizes. So you have a work class ROV or an observation ROV or an eyeball ROV. So Herc is, I would classify as a work class ROV, and I forget its exact weight at the moment, somewhere around
like 5,000 or so.
5,000 pounds?
In air, yeah.
In air. So the size of that, a lot of that is dictated by, it needs to be big enough to put a manipulator on that can actually pick up a rock for the geologist or get a delicate sample for the biologist. And a lot of the work we do is kind of standardized with that size of a manipulator that has approximately a 6-foot reach. And you need a certain amount of power to run that manipulator, and then we also have a fair amount of cameras on this particular ROV, so the size kind of is generally around that 5,000 to 7,000 pound range. A lot of that is dictated by the buoyancy. So the buoyancy has to withstand the depth, and it's heavy. And for that you need a certain amount of power to push the ROV around. So then you have a bigger motor on the ROV, then you get a bigger cable for the winch, then you need a bigger winch. So if we were to, excuse me, if we were to scale that up, pretty soon we would need a bigger boat. And we would need more power to run the ROV, bigger cable, heavier. So that work class size tends to run right in that range. As you get smaller, you can get more of an inspection ROV, but they have a much smaller manipulator on them, so we can't pick up a decent sized rock. And we can't do a lot of sampling work. We can like look at things. So
right, that's like Little Hercules that we do have on board right now.
Yeah. So Little Hercules actually has a really nice HD camera on it, but it's a mini Zeus, so it's coffee can size compared to a 5-gallon bucket size. But it, for example, has no manipulator on it at the moment, and there's not really one you can buy off the shelf to put on there for that size of a vehicle. Oh. So we would wind up making, you know, some one-off science project thing, engineering project.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of the size is dictated by the things that you put on the vehicle, and which are kind of, you find the same on most vehicles, similar. I can drone on and on about ROVs.
I think we have time.
How much time?
So yeah, Herc is very similar to some other size vehicles, but like if you look at D2 for Okeanos, it looks a lot bigger than Herc. At least when I look at it, it does. But they have, they're more specialized, I think, for lighting and video. But they also have same manipulator and similar sampling capabilities.
Awesome.
Wow, things ready. That's beauty.
All right, if you're just joining us, we are still descending to our first dive site of this leg. I think we're about 50 minutes or so from reaching the bottom. Again, keep an eye out, see what you see, and here pretty soon we'll be exploring.
So far, we're mostly been seeing gelatinous plankton
your
and
delta
some
now
small fishes and things.
See your depth's
You
1062.
see
you're a
large
little bit
stringy
faster than I
things,
am
those are
right now.
Mine is
siphonophores, most
1067.
likely. We've
So
also
I'm
been
winning the
seeing
race.
some
You're
pelagic
winning the race a little bit,
colothurians,
yeah.
Pelagothuria. We've seen a few of those so
Are you
far.
full stick down?
Yeah, pretty much.
A lot of what we're
98.
seeing on the Hercules Channel 1 cam is marine snow and small
If it gets to 5, then I'll have you slow a little bit.
planktonic crustaceans. Seen some shrimps. So as we descend through this layer, we'll probably start seeing more and more stuff as we get to the bottom. But we passed through a pretty dense layer of plankton around 600 meters.
So you want to give me the, on the way down, the Argus lesson?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll go off my spiel for this.
Pretend like I'm an intern, which I pretty much am. So, what button do I push? Mm-hmm.
Once you hit about 100 meters, I'm going to slow significantly. I'm going to have you all stop at 50 and altitude. And so I would use the altitude off of here, not off
Roger.
so I'll have you all stop at 50 meters. And then if we're all happy and set, then I'm going to keep drawing down. And I'll slide it down at 50 meters. You're doing great. So easy buys. And then I'll start backing up, depending on which way.
Yeah, right now you're slightly upsloped than Argus.
Basically, I'll stay at 50 meters, and I'll just start backing up and going down. I'll make my way for you. It's unfortunate we don't have that mechanic because that's easier to navigate through, but I'll just go for a compass heading in. Then I'll pull out basically in front of you, and then we'll change our headings together, and we'll draw our waypoints.
Copy that.
Oh man, we lost down cam. Critical.
Say good morning to all the people on the East Coast that are waking up to listen to us. It's about 1:05 here local time on the Nautilus as we descend towards the bottom of the ocean for our first dive of the season, or of this leg of the season.
East Coast, yeah, that's my my area.
I guess it's about 7 o'clock in the morning, so
Yeah.
forget what day it is, but people may be
Oh yeah,
waking
Dan,
up to go to work.
Yeah, it's Friday.
The heading on your left screen is not correct for Argus. That will never be correct. So yeah, on ROV yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, on the boat we kind of forget what day it is.
It's hard to keep track of because sometimes it's Thursday here and it's Friday where I used to be. And
Well, it's going to be even more confusing when we get to Samoa because we go, well, if we go to Apia, Samoa, we go ahead a day. But if we go to American Samoa, it's the same time zone as like Hawaii.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's weird because I'll fly out and then arrive in Houston like an hour and a half later.
Yeah, which is weird.
Pelagothuria.
We go forward in time and then back in time, all within a day.
I'm gonna buy some lottery tickets. And just a reminder to our viewers, you can go on to nautiluslive.org, submit some questions for us. We'll be glad to answer them as we descend to the bottom of the ocean here. We have a little bit of time for questions.
Spicy slope otherwise.
All right, just a review of what we're gonna be doing today. We got into the water just a little after midnight here local time. We do have a 30-hour dive planned. This dive is taking place on a ridge feature just southwest of Kingman Reef. We'll be trailing southwest, looking for biological communities, hopefully some deep water corals. Stick with us. We'll be making it to the bottom shortly.
Woo.
Just to supplement that, I'll give a little bit of background about the purpose of this expedition we're on. So we left Honolulu 3 days ago now, just about 3 days ago. And this exploration is going to focus on a part of the Pacific Ocean called the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument, and specifically the Kingman and Palmyra units, as well as the Jarvis Island unit. So we were out here doing some deep water explorations where very little has been conducted, if any deep water exploration's been conducted before. Our objectives are to look at biological communities and characterize the seafloor from a biological perspective, as well as the geological perspective, trying to understand the origins and the geological origins of the Line Islands, which is the kind of general geographic area we're in right now. So if you are a long-time listener to Telepresence Exploration, you'll probably know that various cruises have come through here in the past few years, and with things from mapping to ROV seafloor exploration. We're essentially retracing a route that was done in 2017 on the Okeanos Explorer. They left from Samoa and came up through this area and dove in a few spots on their way to Honolulu, as well as map the seafloor. And we're doing essentially the opposite route on our way down to American Samoa. But we'll be diving out here. We have 5 dives planned over the next, I think, till about the 4th or 5th of July is when we'll have to make our way again towards another 4-day or so transit from Jarvis Island out to American Samoa.
So we'll try and make as much, do as much mapping and make as many dives as possible during that time. We have a series of 3 dives planned in the Kingman and Palmyra unit, and then we'll be heading down to the Jarvis unit. We'll do another 2 dives. All of our dives are going to be about 24 hours or in excess of 24 hours. Oh, yeah, we're on camera now. Are we on camera? Video?
Yeah, back row, wave to the camera.
What's the depth here that we're diving at?
The depth, well,
2,600 roughly.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
that's the deepest, yeah, we'll probably see on this dive. We'll be working
That's
our
where
way
we're
up
starting,
slow.
yeah.
So our shallowest is going to be around 1,450 meters or 1,400 meters, no shallower than that.
Okay, so we're starting low and then working our way up as we work up the ridge.
That's right. That's how most of our dives are going to go on these seamounts and islands out here.
Yeah.
Actually, as far as I know, it's just in the water column anywhere, but be interesting to see how deep we find them.